All right. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Core Move for the week of August 28th, 2023. I've got this little munchkin that wanted to come in, and sometimes you just have to stop fighting. You gotta hang with your peeps.
Hello.
All right. So I'm gonna talk you through a little bit about the latest stuff that's happening in the real estate market here in Bend, Sisters in Redmond. Are you playing with the microphone? She's being silly. All right, so the stats for this week. Let's take a look at Sisters really fast. You gonna be able to help me say this?
Yeah.
Say the market update report. Let's see what we've got. All right. What do you see here? What number is that? What do you see? What number?
4.
Yeah. Sisters has 4 new listings, including a really interesting
Dad,
one.
can I talk in there?
Well, you are talking to it. It hears you.
Hello.
We have 4 new listings. We have 10 price changes, 8 closed, and 4 pendings in Sisters.
4 pending.
Yeah, 4 pending. And then we're gonna go to
AGI Questia.
what? Isn't this an amazing little co-host? Yeah. So for Bend, we have 56 new listings. You tell me this number, what's that?
1.
No, 72 price changes, 50 closed, and 50 pended. So we're adding a little bit to the inventory this week. We might be just kind of towards the end of the summer.
Hello.
Funny. And it's pretty cool. Hey, we don't want to touch it though. You can't, you don't want to touch it because it makes noise when you do that. It makes noise to the recording device. So you can talk to it, right? But you can't rub it.
And then it speaks back.
Well, it's recording in there. We'll hear it when we're done, right?
Hello.
Yeah.
AGI.
Yeah. So there's 56 new listings in Bend. There are 50 closed, of which one of the ones that I was involved with closed this week over on Denali. I think you guys probably saw my social post with all my open houses there. I'm really happy that I got to represent the most incredible buyer for that. And then I forgot to mention that in Sisters as well, one of my properties closed. The 108 North Dark Horse Lane is listed for the close for this week.
I'm back.
She's back. Co-host is back. Now, in Redmond, we have 37 new listings. How many pending? 33 pending. How many closed? 22. And price changes? 36. So, that's pretty cool.
Tell me the number.
What's that?
Tell me the number.
The number? Oh, look, you're in a costume. You might like this. Check this out.
I'm in this costume.
So what is this?
A pumpkin.
Yeah. You see, on Halloween coming up
Pegasus.
in just about, 2 months.
I have a Pegasus one.
Yeah, she has a Pegasus. She's ready for Halloween.
And there's another pumpkin.
And I hope that you will be too, because we are going to have a photo booth cart at the Village Green, 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. So if you bring your kids, or your nieces and nephews, or any little human in your life, and they're dressed up, and you want to come take some silly photos with them, did you picking your nose on camera? That's gross. So the Halloween parade is going to take place on the 31st, which is a Tuesday. And if you happen to be in Sisters and would like to come and get a fun, silly photo with your dressed up kid, or niece or nephew, or any other small human, or you could be large humans coming in, maybe even really scary costumes, you should come by. We're going to have a photo booth. We can take free photos, ham it up, and just create some good memories. That'll be really great. So I want to talk about Gen Z. I read this article. It's pretty interesting. It's Gen Z. the next generation is making moves in the housing market. Now, it discusses the impact of Generation Z on the real estate market as they begin to enter the home buying scene. Now, there are really just a few main takeaways. The first is that Gen Z is starting to enter the housing market. You know, they're graduating college, high school, all that. They're starting to make money. They've been living with their parents over COVID, and they've got a lot saved up. So they are affecting demands and trends. Now, they prioritize technology. Remember, Gen Z is the first truly digital native cohort. They value energy efficiency. They have been told from the time they were little kids that we need to take care of the planet, and they are putting their money where their mouth is in home buying. And they value flexible spaces in their home. I think this is also paired with their need for energy efficiency and taking care of the planet, being a little bit more minimalist. So, if you have a home that you're going to be looking at selling, do not be surprised that Gen Zs are going to be in your buyer pool. Now, Gen Zs have a different financial habit and preferences than millennials do, say. They are more savvy, generally speaking, and they're thinking about investments and their financing that's going to work for them and learning on YouTube. It's a really cool cohort. Now, interestingly, Gen Z makes up 21% of the U.S. population. And of that, so it's 360 million people in the U.S., 21% of them are Gen Z. How much is that? Wow, like 60 million people? That's a lot. Well, 14% of that 60 or so, 70 million people are already purchasing homes. That is not shabby. That is a pretty big deal. Okay, we're going to pivot and talk about Black Butte Ranch. Now, this place is one that I've talked about often. I take my kids there. I worked there for a little while, a very little while. My wife grew up on the ranch. So we know about the trails you can ride, horseback riding, the delicious restaurants, but it is also very commonly a real estate investment place. So families either tend to hold their estates or they rent them out as short-term rentals. Now, it is a pretty competitive market. The median sales price is about $1.5 million, and that was last month. And that's up 71% from last year. So it is still a very attractive place to be. It's well known. It's well known as kind of a hideaway to just come and enjoy nature. Now, you need to be aware because homes are now coming on MLS and they're offering sort of a shared ownership. It's something to think about. But this article that I'm referring to it kind of highlights how a family has taken their legacy estate property and turned it into a cash cow using a service like Vacasa. Although there are other kind of managers of the short-term rental properties that you can also consider if you're at Black Butte. And I would argue that that's kind of what makes Black Butte Ranch an attractive investment. It is in a beautiful location. It has stunning mountain views. And, you've got everything from horseback riding to biking on private trails. It's really an appealing lifestyle choice, and those properties can be rented out. So I want to show you this current listing at Black Butte. Hopefully this page won't freeze, but this one here has been, it's on Shepherd's Purse. Look at this. This is a pretty quintessential Black Butte Ranch style, right? Cabin style on the outside, open lot. There's no fences, so nature can pass through. This is very a cabin style, which is pretty common. A lot of them are pretty dated, but they hold their value because the location is really a premium location. It's a very desirable place. It's well known all over the country. Might I even say all over the world, as sort of a hideaway. So this one here is a 4-bed, 4-bath. It's just about 2,000 square feet, and it's selling for under $1 million. Now this one has been on the market for I think it's going on 80 days. So if you're at all interested in taking a look at something like this, or you want to have a virtual set of eyes on it, I'm your guy. Reach out to me. I'd be glad to go over there, do a little FaceTime video with you, or host you if you want to come and take a look and get some eyeballs on it. So we're going to be moving along. Property website, it looks really beautiful. Hopefully it loads. There it is. Look at that photograph. It looks like an English chateau or castle or something. Don't know why this is so slow. I guess it's got a lot of very big images, but it's really pretty. It's I guess it's an acquired taste. My wife does not like it at all. I think the floor here looks incredible. Kind of interesting, an octagon, right? It's got very like traditional, European chateau style. So it's up here near, let's go back here to the stats. So this is one of the 4 new listings. We'll look at it on a map. It's up north, kind of northeast of town, up by Squaw Creek. Gosh, everything is so slow. All right, so you can see down here, this is the town of Sisters. You kind of have to come up by Camp Polk and Indian Ford and come off here, and it's here, off of the White's Canyon Preserve. So that's where that large house is. All right, so that's really just kind of the high level stats. We're not going to go into too deep because we did last week, and sometimes it's just making paint dry, right? But I do want to show you, looking at the 90-day information. It's just kind of curious, but I wanted to know how many transactions were accounted for in each of the different markets. And so what I found was that in Sisters it was roughly 6%. Bend had 67% of the share, and then Redmond had the remaining, whatever it is, 19%. So that's over the last 90 days as the market share of closings. And as we round out, I want to jump over to the events that we have coming on for September. So in September, we have a family photo shoot, and this is really a client appreciation event. On the 15th, there is the Bend Film Festival fundraiser party, and on the 24th is the American Cancer Society golf tournament over at the Pronghorn Golf Course. Now for October, the 1st or the 3rd is the Sisters Folk Festival. Avenir is hosting the Viaggio wine bar event. And then I will be hosting a Halloween family photo booth at the Village Green on 4 p.m. Halloween day. That's going to be kind of in tandem with the event that SPRD has, which we'll jump over to here. But there's this really fun event. It's a Halloween parade. It's taking place on the 31st from 3:30 to 5 p.m. Now, you have to pre-register, and your kids, and hopefully you will too, be wearing costumes. Because who doesn't want to wear a costume on Halloween? So the goal here is to have a photo booth, family photo booth, at the Village Green, which is just a block off of all the festivities. If you want to come with your kids, get photographs, come by, it'll be complimentary. You just come over, have a blast. All right, and that is pretty much going to do it for this week's episode of Cormu. Thank you for staying with me. If you liked what you see, if you think this is a valuable service, please give me a like, give me a subscribe, give me a comment. Tell me what works, what doesn't. I'd love to hear from you. I am still working out how to use all of this production stuff to make it a little faster so I can do more. And just anyway, thank you again. And wherever you are, please have a good one.